I'm busting the frames. This is shoot when you ball with a name. With the squad when I'm dealing with pain. Dropping 2 foes like I'm Kobe.
And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose. Well, and you've got it on 2K Sport. And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Anthony Davis is out there with Naz Reid. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ballgame.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, look, you want to put your guys in a position to succeed. McDaniels is more comfortable operating off the catch than he is initiating.
Here's Christie. His last outing, 16 points for him. Hits the three-point bomb.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here is Davis. Last game he had 13. Just 5 to shoot. Edwards can't hit. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
And it's blocked, and he keeps control of the ball. Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Now here's Edwards. He had 16 points in the win against Memphis.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
Here's McDaniels. Shoots the three. Randall grabs the board. So for Dallas, their last game a win against Charlotte.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
As the head coach of the Mavericks did give me a few minutes to catch up. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. When AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop them, guys.
Thank you, David.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Well, that's already his second foul, and that puts the coach in a tough position.
Williams, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Conley. 9 points last game. Bounce pass, Davis. Down low. Here's McDaniels. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. Off target from three-point range.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
It's stolen by Davis. Outside Conley. Pass to Edwards. Floats it up for Davis. And Davis throws it down.
And really with the off-the-charts explosiveness, Davis just punishes opponents on those alley-oops. Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Hardy, he's checked in for Williams.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Well, the leadership and steadiness Mike Conley brings to his team can't be overstated. A true locker room leader and a vet who sets a great tone out on the floor.
P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Dallas. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Now, here's Washington. He averages about 5 points a game. Now here's Conley. Pass to Reed. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gobert's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now here's Randall from the arc. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
And helping the team space the floor there. Randall with so much more confidence now from the outside.
Conley feeling it out. Outside, Davis. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Yes, that goes in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Minnesota making some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Reed. Clark comes in for McDaniels. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Mike Conley. Here's the break. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Anthony Davis.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Miller's checked in for Davis, and Anthony Edwards subbed in for Clark. Left side, Edwards. 6 to shoot. Banked in off the glass. Edwards got his second basket of the night.
And right there, Edwards with a great dribble move to create space.
Exum passes to Randall and stolen by Miller. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. Pass to DiVincenzo. It's blocked.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
He's guarded by Russell. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Here's Powell. Releases. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the defense.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Joe Ingles is out there with Edwards. Then there's Dante DiVincenzo. And there's D'Angelo Russell. And it's Powell in at the 5 down low. That one drops for him. Irving's got the lead up to 5 now for Dallas.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Edwards can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The offensive rebound. Off target with the jump hook. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Russell. The shot from the low post is good. Russell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
An active competitor, Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
And here's Marshall from the arc. They get it back from deep Washington. That one also a miss for him, just like the other 3 attempts this game. And the call will be against Najee Marshall. That's his first foul. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Here's DiVincenzo following the score by Dallas. Russell looking it over. Powell with this screen on Irving. Here's Russell. And it falls over the rim and in. Russell's got 6 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Rudy Gobert, who's checked in for the Mavericks. Christie comes in for Najee Marshall. Timberwolves also changing it up. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Powell. And it's Mike Conley in for D'Angelo Russell. That one falls. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
You can't let Irving get comfortable in that pick and roll. Superb at knowing when to shoot in those situations.
And the 3-ball is good. 9 points in the game so far.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc. Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. For 3, Edwards. Got a hand on it, and he gets it back. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
The shot's good from Christie.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
I mean, could this be any easier for Gobert? The rim is right there for him.
Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Well, when you can build your lead with the second unit on the floor, that makes the game a heck of a lot easier.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight. Timberwolves trail by 7. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Minnesota. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around.
And guys, right now for Dallas, they continue to obliterate expectations because they found a way to get the most out of the guys on this roster.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. Here's Conley. He's got 9. Davis setting the pick for Conley. The tray. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Now, here is Davis.
And really one of the most challenging covers in our game. Davis, hard to guard given how versatile he is.
The Timberwolves shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He hits the 2nd from the line. And so here is Dallas. We've got 1:18 left in the 2nd quarter. Stolen by Reed. McDaniels against Washington. A nice shot by McDaniels.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
And Gobert kicks to Randall. 17-foot shot on the way. His 2nd miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Conley left side. Timberwolves passing it around. It's stolen by Gobert. Pass to Washington. McDaniels against Randall. Shoots over McDaniel. Randall with the bucket. Randall's got 7.
And we've seen Randall add a three-point shot. However, this is the area of the court he's most comfortable, that mid-range.
Conley finds Davis. The three-pointer off the mark.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Randall. Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. With 1 on the clock, can't hit that one. And so it's Dallas, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their shooting has been the big key, their percentage from the field so far. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter started.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan.
Hey everybody, halftime is upon us, and the scoreboard showing a deficit for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. All right, guys, let's talk about our players of the week for both conferences. In the West, Kyrie Irving.
Think about Kyrie. He's got a move and a counter move every time you defend him, pretty much in every situation. And those handles, Shaq, nasty.
That's why they call him the ankle taker.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And we've got 3rd quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You look at Michael Conley. What a contribution.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, he's also a pretty good actor. He sells fouls really well.
Mavericks leading by 9. They've got Gobert. Kyrie Irving is out there with Christie. Then it's Randall. And it's Kamare in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Timberwolves shooting around 41% on the night. Here's Edwards. Strong move inside by Edwards.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Reed misses. And it's Irving with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. 9-point game. Pass to Kamare. Here's Christie. Nailed from three-point land. Christie's got 11 points.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Conley the pass to Reed. Christie against Edwards. Edwards getting the close range, too.
Edwards plays with such velocity.
Here's Irving. Buries it down low. Irving's got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs.
Yeah, it took just enough off of it for the floater.
Outside, Davis. Edwards looking it over. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Edwards got 6 in the quarter.
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And it's good for 2.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact and gets the shot.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. About halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. You take a look at the Mavericks, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in that #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And of course the Minnesota Timberwolves right at second place.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they've been on a tremendous run this season. All the pieces were in place coming into the year, and they haven't missed a beat. Great chemistry, great coaching, and potential to do some great things in the postseason.
Yeah, no one is taking them lightly. This is a team with everything you really need to make some noise in the playoffs. And a quiet first half from distance, didn't even try a 3, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
Hammer on. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for McDaniels. Inside, knocked away. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. And a quick look at how the Minnesota Timberwolves schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Kristaps Porzingis and the Atlanta Hawks.
And looking at the Suns matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
To the inside, here's Randall. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Conley, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And this is the right play by Conley, sticking with the motion and ensuring he gets to the line.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Irving for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Davis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
So good at finding these rejections. Gobert has all the physical tools and razor-sharp reflexes as a defender.
To the paint. It's stolen by Davis. Here's DiVincenzo. And the layup is good. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the night. And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And Washington subbed in for Irving. Timberwolves also changing it up. Miller comes in for Reed. And it's Clark in for Edwards. Hey, Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game. And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying in the international game.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Dillingham comes in for Miller, and it's Russell in for Mike Conley. Russell, here's the drive.
He's so shifty with the ball in his hands. Russell changes pace with the best of them.
Pulls from the top of the key. Bounces high off the rim and drops. 12 points for him.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Bangs home the trifecta. And now a 12-point Maverick lead.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now, and it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's Russell with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 12. To the middle. Here's Dillingham. That's tipped. Christie kicks to Randall. Pass to Washington. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
The Mavericks have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. 6 seconds left to play here in the third. And they get it. Wow! Huge buzzer beater!
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
He released it just in the nick of time. What a shot.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Mavericks lead by 12. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Timberwolves trail by 12. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. They've got Dante DiVincenzo. Edwards is out there with Clark. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Russell in at the point. And they pick up 2. 18 points for Anthony Edwards.
Well, something changed for him at halftime. He's been more solid on the offensive end.
I like the selfless approach from Kyrie tonight, doing whatever he can to help his team.
Outside, Russell. Here's Edwards. That one doesn't go. Good D by Williams. Mavericks leading by 12. Washington inside. He's covered by Clark. And here's Marshall from the arc. It's Clark with the rebound. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
And the second free throw, good. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And the call will be against Najee Marshall. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Mavericks making a change here. Christie's checked in. Minnesota also with the sub. Conley's checked in. Timberwolves trail by 11. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his third foul of the game.
Second team foul.
We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Outside Edwards. Powell with the screen. Pulls up. Another miss by Minnesota. Mavericks leading by 11. It's stolen by Edwards. To the left side wing. Clark for three. That shot is off. Dallas has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. On the wing, Irving. And he's good on the three ball. And the Mavericks lead by 14.
Some of the fastest hands in the league right now. Kyrie knowing he has to get rid of it.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Miller's checked in. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. Now, his tone was pretty serious. He said, you guys need to prove you're in this. No one else can do it for you. Time to pour on the gas. See if that fire gets lit, guys.
All right, David, thanks. To the left wing. Oh, good on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 14. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game. Takes it inside. Here's Washington. And that one, good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And here's Edwards from the arc. Edwards with another miss.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
For three, Edwards. And no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Christie. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail by 18. Pass to DiVincenzo. Clark outside. Looking to end the run. Drills it from outside.
Timeout. And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Miller. Anthony Davis comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. Edwards against Christie. Davis gets a wide open look. Off target with the open look.
And that's one he wants back. Just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Here's Irving. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Yeah, Kyrie isn't the kind of guy to back off. He rises to the defense's challenge, never intimidated.
Irving against Conley. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Here's Kamara. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside Conley. Pass to Edwards. Puts up a 3. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Dallas.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And this will be their 3rd win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
Hits it from 3-point range.
And I like Davis's decision-making. Fantastic. Always great at understanding when to move the ball.
Dallas moving it around. Out to the right wing. There's 39 seconds left in the 4th quarter. The shot's good from Christie.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Fade away. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David. Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.